What is up, pizzas? Cory Vincent here, and you are listening to Video Game Bang, brought to you by NerdReactor.com. What are you reacting to? And we have a great show lined up for you because we have a lively crew of people here. We have Aaron Carter, everybody's favorite. And then we have David Webb joins us. And don't worry, people, he's not hosting. It's going to be okay. And Jada returns to the show after exile. We kick her off the show every time, but then she comes back. It's going to be great. We're going to be talking about Star Wars Battlefront. We're going to be talking about Fallout 4, Halo 5, all that kind of good stuff. If you like the show and you're not already, please subscribe to the iTunes. iTunes. That helps us out so much. If you have an iDevice, an iPad, subscribe to the show. Stitcher. You can support us financially on patreon.com/videogamebang. Everything we do here comes out of our own pockets, and it could really help the show improve quality with your guys' help. Other than that, I don't got much more to say, so we have a stacked episode. Sit back, relax, and enjoy this week's Video Game Bang.
Welcome to another exciting episode of Video Game Bang. Video Game Bang. Your weekly source for all things video game. Featuring your fearless hosts, Cory Vincent.
I'm pretty much Microsoft and Marvel. The cans are on. It's when ish gets real. People get shot during the day?
And Aaron Carter.
Buy the armor, I equip it, and it's like pink thong. The guy that delivers vending machine items in my job, he can play the right.
Fill up your Mountain Dew and grab your Doritos. It's time for Video Game Bang.
We have a good show for you guys, and there's so much going on in the Video Game Bang world. We're just going to jump right into it. He is sitting across from me. He is the co-host of the show. He's never missed one episode of the Video Game Bang podcast, which is unbelievable to me because I've missed many shows. Aaron Carter.
What's up, everybody?
In fact, Aaron, I had a dream last night.
That's terrible, because if I was in it...
You were... Actually, your absence was in it.
Wow.
Because you were not in it. I had a dream. The podcast was set to go, and we were waiting for you, and you didn't show up. We had to do the show without you.
That's clearly exactly what it was. A dream.
It was the best show ever. We got picked up, won an Emmy.
Yeah.
Somehow.
Yeah, that's what happened.
So I was kind of a little bit hoping you weren't going to show up today. But whatever.
No, I mean, I make it happen. This is therapy for me.
Is it really?
This is why I come week in, week out, because it's therapy for me.
I come every day.
Oh, well,
for different reasons. And joining us on the show as well, she's a writer for Nerd Reactor, party animal extraordinaire, is back talking about all sorts of fun stuff. Jada.
Hey, what's going on?
I feel like I gave you a huge intro and you just kind of went, meh.
Yeah, you know. Just, it was my birthday weekend, so I can do whatever I want.
Pretty much, yeah. You pretty much just told me.
Birthday week.
Yeah.
Everybody puts their birthday and then they like feel a whole friggin', it's my birthday decade. So
I'm not going that far.
Like a lot of people do that.
No,
so.
I know.
Well, as a matter of fact, I didn't even invite Jada to the show. She basically just said, "Hey, it's my birthday, so I will be there."
Yeah, pretty
Wednesday.
much.
Wow.
Pretty much.
What time do I be there? I was like, well, I guess I can't say no. So
Nope.
welcome.
I mean, did you get me a birthday gift?
Ooh.
Cupcakes.
You're on the show.
Yeah,
Did you get me my my half of Halo that you owe me?
I was gonna go and have some of you on a different game if you want the money. I was just gonna give you $30.
That's what I was saying.
And then do with it whatever you want.
What game did you want to go halves on?
Star Wars Battlefront. We'll talk about it in a minute.
Wow.
I was like, Tomb Raider?
Actually, I
could do Tomb Raider.
I cannot buy Star Wars, and we'll go into that in a minute. But he's back on the show. He is not hosting.
Thankfully.
We'll talk about that right now.
You need to embrace.
So last week, if you caught the show, if you have not, I recommend you go back and listen to it. David Webb hosted an entire show all by himself. He won a gentleman's agreement, we called it, and
It sounds so dirty. A gentleman's agreement.
Yeah,
it sounds dirty.
It wasn't a gentleman's club.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking of.
And you got to host a show. I know you were very excited about it. You asked me a million questions before the actual thing happened. I was happy for you.
You asked questions about hosting? I want to know these questions now.
I asked like opinions on like the game.
Yeah, opinions on the game.
And then I was like, wait, should we just do a whole
bit?
What was the
comical bit?
Nope.
Sketch.
What was the game? Fallout 4. Thank you for not saying Fallout 4.
You're welcome.
But why? did you ask?
I was trying to get opinions.
Like,
I was just curious.
that's usually what you do during the show, though.
Wait.
Is that what your dad?
No,
So,
he had questions
You can
about like
you
his
can go
format.
back and rate his performance as you will.
Or not.
How do you feel removed after it happened? I know you were a little bummed out.
It was a rough show, to quote Aaron. I think
yes.
you realize a whole lot more of what goes on when you're in that seat. When
do
you're in the
you?
hot seat.
Yeah, there's and kind of like one of the things you said were like, I felt like everyone was cutting me off and everyone was talking, and like from where I was sitting, it was going well,
It seemed well to me, yeah.
and
It's a train wreck.
you just notice it more
I
when
think
you're
you
the
do.
host.
Yeah.
I'm just getting cut off occasionally on the show. Just happens. Sometimes, like a few weeks ago, I was gonna bust some
You're gonna
heads.
smack a hoe.
I was gonna smack a couple hoes, but that's just
Whoa.
Not
wow.
you, just who was sitting there.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. The cutting off doesn't matter to me. It's the 3 people talking at one time.
And that's what I was saying too.
That's why I'm
Yeah, that's
saying,
what I was
saying
saying.
too.
How about that?
See,
Exactly.
that is the only thing that I would
Yep.
like, because I'm like, it's for the listeners. That's not for me. You can cut me off all you want. I'll let you get your point across, because most likely it's gonna be mute against any point that I make.
Oh God,
So
I thought you were saying muted. You're just
like-
gonna mute them in post.
so
that's what happens in Aaron's head. There's
I'm
a
like,
mute switch.
I'm like, boom,
Yeah.
go ahead and
That happened earlier
say
today.
what you want. What you say?
It's just like a great band once said: "Say what you need to say.
Didn't John Mayer say that?
Say what you need to say.
Yeah.
Say what you need to say." We have a great show. We're going to be talking about some articles coming out from. See, but I'm accustomed to it. That's the difference.
Jokes are rough.
That's
That's
the
that's
deal.
what
I-
that is.
Segue.
It becomes part of my charm.
Does it?
Yeah.
Okay, if that's what you.
Say what you need to say. Just- I want to talk about a big topic coming out of the gate. I just wrote an article for nerdreactor.com saying why true Star Wars fans need to boycott this new Star Wars atrocity.
You should write another article saying why true Battlefield friends are fans.
Battlefront.
Battlefield Fins. I want to know that
should-
article.
No, Battlefield, the Star
Yeah.
Wars game.
Yeah.
I know what I'm talking about. Yeah, that atrocious crap that I see. I'm not even the Star Wars, like, huge Star Wars fan. I'm a Battlefield fan. That game was amazing.
Which
Yep.
one?
Battlefield 2.
Star Wars Battlefield 2?
Or Battlefront, sorry.
Yeah, that's what I
Do
was
you,
thinking.
do you know
Wow.
what you're saying?
He
Yes.
doesn't know.
I'm
Shame.
so upset.
Shame.
So upset.
I thought you were making a joke.
Yeah, me
because,
too.
'cause
No,
that's
no,
what we've been
I'm
calling it.
serious,
We've been
'cause
calling it Star Wars Battlefield.
We used to talk about Battlefront all the time back
Yeah,
in the day.
Battlefront was my jam.
Was
sir.
it?
Yeah.
Was it your Space
That was
Jam?
my Space Jam. And then all of a sudden, it just faded into nothing because the company got shut down, of course. And the rights moved on to
EA.
EA, and they
It's in the game.
now they're gonna Maddenize it.
In my
Yeah, pretty
article,
much.
there is a graphic. I don't know who made it, but it kind of went viral. And it basically was a chart running down comparing Star Wars Battlefront 2 and the new EA Battlefront.
Mm-hmm.
And when you run down the list, it is really just amazing the things that got removed. Let's see. The original Star Wars Battlefront had 33 total maps, 16 planets, and 4 DLC maps. Battlefront from EA has 8 total maps on 4 planets.
It's like a quarter.
Okay, but
I
Devil's
could go-
Advocate, they are
Okay.
they are releasing 16 more. Angel's Advocate, you're gonna have to pay $50 for that.
Yeah.
I've never heard of the Angel's Advocate.
Just made it up.
Coin.
Threw it in there right there. Boom.
Aaron Carter,
Number of
2015.
players. You used to be able to do 32 v 32. Now it's 20 v 20. Space battles have been
Again.
removed.
Again, Devil's Advocate. It runs smoother.
No.
Angel's Advocate.
Angel's Advocate.
It's dumb.
It's extremely stupid. Yes, that
We have
is-
better technology.
Yes.
We should be able to run more
Exactly.
players.
One of my favorite things in Battlefront 2 was the space battles. Gone.
Hands down, the space battles
Space battles were the best. The game is not moddable.
on PC. It's not moddable. Anonymous, get on it.
This is the one time
tits
Aaron
with
is going
ISIS.
to-
Yeah. Take a break from ISIS. Work on
Mod
this.
it. Yeah.
Let's come back to
Modding.
it. They're not
Wow.
going anywhere.
No campaign.
No champagne?
There was no campaign in the
No
new one.
Campagny.
We
That's
used
so
to have a
stupid.
champagne in the last one. Galactic Conquest is gone.
Wow.
Yeah.
Instant action gone.
Galactic Conquest is enough. enough gone to make me not even want to play the game. Did you play the original Battlefront? So Galactic Conquest was like you had the map of kind of the galaxy, I guess.
Yeah.
And you had different planets, and you would like it's like
Risk.
Like Risk.
Yeah.
There you go.
Mhm.
Just like Risk.
Space Risk.
What's the game that we played? Me, you, and
You mean
Steven
Dupree.
We played. Oh,
on the little web browser
was
where we had to take over the world.
it was
and stuff.
generic Risk.
It was like that. Yes, it was just like that. But whenever
Yeah.
you went to the planet, you actually dropped down into the 3D game and fought.
It was a battle. It was
Into a battle for it.
regular.
And then after it was over, boom, you would see what would happen.
That's
like,
cool.
It's freaking amazing.
Yeah.
The game Battlefront 2 was, I guess maybe it's not as big a deal 10 years removed, but at the time the game was explosive. Everybody
It was
playing
ahead of
the
its
game.
time.
Yeah, and yeah,
Yeah.
I saw a side-by-side graphical comparison from IGN of
Yeah.
it's 10 years difference, and they're like, oh my god, look at the difference. Battlefront 2 was pretty good looking.
It's not.
It still
bad.
holds up.
I think I even got to play it like last year.
Yeah, no, we played it because it was on the
The
Humble
Steam-
Bundle.
Yeah, oh yeah,
Yeah.
Humble Bundle. That's what it was. Yeah, and I didn't feel like it was.
It was
bad.
so fun.
Yeah.
Like you were able to pick
Mhm.
right up, and it was just smooth and solid. AI gone. No AI controlled players. Battlefront 2, you can play the classic and the prequel era.
Yep.
This one, you only get classic. 10 years time difference, and we lose all these features.
Did you? Because I didn't get to read your article. Did you go into any detail about the Lost Battlefront game that we covered on the show when I did the games
no.
that weren't
The Battlefront game that was in development.
in
but then-
development that was 99% done
We saw the trailer
according
for
to
it.
them, and
Scrapped
then because
it.
they had Battlefront complete with all the things that were in it before, and their one big pushing point, their new thing was ground to space battle. And they showed how that worked, how you would get into whatever TIE fighter or whatever you had, go right into the atmosphere.
No
and then
cutscene or
right-
anything.
No cutscene, no loading
Yeah.
screens, right into space battle. And I was like, that's ridiculous.
It was a game ahead of its time, shaping up to be great. I did not include that. I did include kind of how the whole shakeup happened. In 2012, LucasArts was absorbed by Disney through the acquisition of Lucasfilm. And then it was announced in 2013 that LucasArts, the game company, was going to not make games anymore, and that they were going to license out the franchise to EA, who that very same year and the year before won an award for worst company in America.
But did they also win the award for most profitable company in America?
It's the same thing.
It's the same thing.
Well, that's what
Devil's
Disney saw.
advocate.
The funny thing is
Disney
though,
saw.
the funny thing is with EA, even though it's like one of the worst ranked companies, it's also still one of the highest ranked for like employees. Like employees actually enjoy working for EA.
Really?
Yeah,
I
it's one
would
of the
too.
higher. It's one of the higher ranked companies for that.
Because
For-
it's in the game.
The first
Yes.
big blow that this game had was the fact that when they announced it was going to be first-person shooter.
And they kind of backpedaled and said, "Oh, you can throw it into third."
They
if you-"
threw, they threw in the option to push a button, and then I'm telling you right now, I tried that option through the beta, and it is the most lopsided thing. If everybody was on even playing field, third person would be totally legit. But in a first person world,
Yeah.
you just got more. I don't know, just you can see more.
Yeah. Well, you're more accurate.
Yeah,
It's just the way it is. First person's always can be more accurate than third, unless you have a crazy amount of auto aim or aim assist.
Jack all the auto aim up.
That would be terrible. See, I don't know. I wonder what their plan was. The only thing I can think of is they're just going straight for, we got the Battlefront name, we got Star Wars. There's a movie coming out this year.
That's
We're
what
gonna
it
make
was.
Put
money.
everything together.
We're gonna make money
Yeah.
regardless.
Oh, they
yeah.
knew it. They
And
knew it.
So let's just throw out whatever trash we can. Oh, we got an old Battlefield engine.
That we didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and put a skin on that and put it out.
You know, my biggest problem with the whole thing is that it just feels like on top of everything else, EA is really just capitalizing on this mass hysteria, hype, and this mindless idea going around that you have to buy everything Star Wars and then post a picture of it and then put it on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and then rub it in everyone's face that you got this thing.
You do.
Oh, it's everybody. It's every company right
Yeah.
now. I mean, you look around. Maybelline's freaking, or is it CoverGirl? CoverGirl's got makeup for Star
I
Wars
stopped
on
following
it.
them.
That's that followed it last
Eddie
week.
just reviewed a $45 pen that's gold and has C-3PO's face on it.
Was it 45? Because I thought it was a couple hundred.
No, there was.
that
They
different
had
pen?
they had up to $600.
Okay.
That's
Couple of
ridiculous.
questions. Couple of questions. One, why?
Why does a pen cost that much?
Why does the pen cost that much?
It's gonna
You know-
run out of ink just like every
Exactly.
other.
I wanted to do a practical test. I just walked around. I went to the front of our workplace and went to all of the people there, and I said, "How much would you pay for this?" And I got $5 response, $10. The highest it went was $15. And they were like, and she said, if I was a huge Star Wars fan, and if I wrote in my diary like every single night, needed a good pen,
That's me right there.
$15.
There is no pen or pencil on this planet that is worth more than 50 cents.
What about the one where you can write upside down?
I don't give a damn. I will
The astronauts.
I will take a pack of Bics.
Can you write upside down with the Star Wars pen?
No.
So you
It
can't
was
even
a- it
use
was
in the-
basically-
You can't even use it in Star
And
Wars.
the worst
Yeah.
part about it, we were taking it apart, and it was basically just a shell because you buy
course.
these $8 cartridges to refill it. So you really, it's the cartridge.
So I mean, special cases is talking about there's
Oh,
legit
it's terrible.
pins like that. Legit expensive pins. I don't. That doesn't matter though. They all do the exact same thing.
They do.
I should mention, too, for the people who listen to the podcast, I failed to mention that we do the show live on Twitch TV right now. So although we don't give them as much love and attention as we do during the Saturday show, they are there contributing, and you will hear us read their comments from time to time.
Yeah.
And if you want to get involved in that conversation, you can join us here on twitch.tv/videogame_bang on Wednesday and Saturday nights and get your voice heard. Like Special Cases, for instance, says he wants to see Stormtrooper condoms, which would never happen because you'd miss every time.
Pretty much.
Rough.
There you
Oh,
go.
damn! Oh, man, I was just getting rolling in my jokes. And then I get
Thank
cut
God.
off.
I've never been happier to hear this.
Right?
By what you playing.
Why didn't you insert that into Webb's hosting?
He was hosting.
It was
wasn't
my.
he?
It was
Oh,
my
was your decision?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's gonna handle one thing at a time.
Oh, okay.
That game was enough.
Because, Stormtroopers, like, how many times have you ever seen him hit something?
Yeah, when you have to explain the joke,
And then
it
if
definitely
it was
isn't
a
funny.
condom, like, you have to aim with your penis. Okay. This is, of course, What You Playing, America's favorite game show, where we'll let Aaron go first, Mr. Negative Nancy.
Positive Paul, actually. I've been playing Fallout 4 like crazy.
Oh, really? Big surprise.
What's your level?
19?
And what difficulty?
Hard. I don't know how I got on hard, though. Quote me on that.
Where
Quote
Putting
me
that one on his gravestone.
Quote me on that.
that's in the new intro.
Because when I went to the thing, the difficulty settings, and I thought it was just gonna be, start you off at normal, but it
Right.
didn't. And I was like, oh, okay, well then I'll just keep playing this way. And I've run just last night, ran into like apparently the most dangerous things in the game all of a sudden. So
Sounds like my story.
Jerry, another person of the show who doesn't even go on the show anymore,
He's dead.
he was like, I haven't seen a Yahweh the whole game. And I was like, are you kidding me? They're like everywhere. They populate the freaking. And as soon as he was telling me this type of stuff, well, not as soon as he was, but he tells me that, and I go and find a house full of them.
Oh my goodness.
I don't know if it's a glitch or something.
Gotta be.
House full of bears. And I was like, well, I'm not about to be Goldilocks.
Bear house, bear house. Do you load up the fat man?
No, I snuck around them. But when I sneak around them, behemoth.
What?
Just walking around like it's Sunday afternoon.
Did it wreck you?
No, I'm still sneaking the whole time. And I was like, I can't even stand up to pee if I wanted to.
Yeah, squat.
I keep going further, and a legendary radioactive stag.
What?
Yeah, I took pictures of everything, by the way. Like,
Where-
it's all in my phone.
Where are you?
I don't know. All I was supposed to do was go clear some raiders out of this place because the settlement was.
Is it the drive-through?
No, it's like this swampy marsh area.
Sounds like where Jada was.
And
Oh
so
my God.
I'm like, this is clearly the most dangerous place on the map.
Danger zone.
And I get to the raiders, and they killed me.
Wow.
I'm like, so I survived
You
bears,
snuck around the Yahweh.
stags, and behemoths just to get killed by Joe. That's
Yeah,
what
pretty much.
happened.
That's what it says, Joe the
Yeah,
Raider.
Joe the Raider.
All right, Webb, what you been playing?
I've been playing Uncharted.
Uncharted.
The collections, I take it.
Yeah, Nathan Drake collection.
Oh, you are a new
PS4.
owner of
I
PS4.
Congratulations.
I am. Thank you.
Congratulations.
All
Thank you.
right, congratulations
the
on the
dark
waste
side.
of money.
2.5 pounds and
Oh.
8 ounces.
Wow, that's a very light PS4.
Yeah.
Wow.
Now, what was the reasoning behind the PS4 and not building a PC, as you were talking about before?
Because the whole point of building a PC was because I couldn't get the computer I have to let me stream from it. And I decided I'm going to do some research before I spend, hundreds of dollars on a new PC. And I figured out it was just tweaking some settings and bada boom, bada bing.
All right.
I could stream from it. So,
Can't say I agree, but
I agree.
different strokes for different folks.
You have an Xbox One already, correct?
yeah.
So you can stream from that. He has a PS4 now. You can stream
stream
from
from
that.
that.
He has
Yeah.
a PC. Stream from that. You got 3 ways to stream.
But I'm in that
like the
stage now, too, where I was thinking about Battlefront. Sorry.
Battle crap.
Freudian slip.
Yeah.
Because it's the same damn game.
It is.
But I was thinking about it, and I'm a sucker, man. I have a high-powered PC. I have an Xbox. When I read that you can only get 7, or what was the frames per second? I think it only upgrades to 720 on the Xbox at full frames, and I think the PlayStation is 900. You can stream up to 5K on my PC.
And you're going to do all
I'm
that?
paying the same damn price. Why not? Just spend the money on the PC.
Well, one, are you going to actually be playing Battle crap? So there's that.
We'll talk about that in a minute.
Exactly.
But still, that's the same principle applies. When I'm playing Fallout now, I'm playing on full resolution. I get the game in all of its glory. How the developers intended it to be is how I get to play it.
Yeah, but your computer is not a $350 computer.
Very true.
Yeah.
It's a free one.
But even though mine's a little excessive, you can get similar results without that kind of money.
I'm about to spend $400 on a new motherboard and processor next week.
So here's the thing, too.
It's hard to get into initially. Hold on. You can buy it costs a lot up front, but a lot of your pieces can move on, and like as Jada's doing.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
It took a commitment up front and then $400 here to give a motherboard processor update, and then you're good for another 4 years.
I
built mine I think 5-6 years ago, and I only spent I think $800 on it. Was when I built it all myself, and I've got like 4 terabytes of hard drive and just everything. It's been maxed out. Everything's been running it maxed until now, and now it's just starting to, like, Street Fighter 5 beta was the first thing that's given my PC trouble.
Really?
You made a good investment.
See, I like
Street Fighter 5 beta won't give your
it won't give
PS4.
my
PS4,
PS4.
Nope.
Yeah.
No.
See,
We'll be
I
able
like
to play.
consoles.
We'll be able to play. I'll just be able to see more
And that's what I was. That
of
was
Ryu's nut sweat.
no, that was the thing that I was going to get back to, because I've played Fallout 4 here on the PC here,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
and I've played it clearly on my PC. Can't tell the difference.
And I played it here, and I played it on my Xbox. The only difference was I could see the glitches a little bit better on PC.
So I'm like, if this is what's it going to be, because I've dropped my stuff is at medium. It said, oh, we're going to detect what you have it, medium, boom. And then I even dropped it to 720, I think, because it's not at full 1080 or whatever. And so, it doesn't look like, it's not like I can be like, oh man, I missed that extra, extra little P.
What was it? Yeah.
But to be
Need a
fair
little bit more P in my life.
to be fair, devil's advocate for the players at home, Aaron does play his Fallout while wearing those shades. So
I do. Just to make myself look cool outside and inside.
Jada, what you been playing?
Fallout 4, like the rest of the table.
Level?
I am level 10 on very hard.
Oh, wow.
So I am struggling because I got to a town with level 40 enemies that I've been trying to kill.
Why put it on very hard and not just go full bore for survival? If you're going to play on very hard, it feels like just do it.
Because very hard is very hard. I'm not making very much progress a lot of days. Like, survival, I feel like I would still be in my town, building my town. Like, my house would fall apart.
Yeah.
Because it's not
It'd be a
connected
house
right.
of cards.
How long have you spent already in your town?
About 3 hours. About 3 hours. I got a 5-story building with a roof exit.
Jeez, already?
Yep, 5-story house with a roof exit. I've got like 3 or 4 turrets. I've got like 16 power, 20 water, like 10 food. Still only 5 settlers running the damn place.
Wow.
How much time did you spend on yours?
2 minutes.
Yep.
Got 3
And Aaron's got the 40 water.
3 wells. And
Oh, you gave him 3.
Yeah, I gave him 3 because I didn't know when to stop the quest. I probably would have given him 1, but
I think I gave him 2.
and I have 5 people still and 5 beds.
How far are we all in the main story?
I haven't been to Diamond City.
I have
Wow.
not been to Diamond City either.
Wow.
I have to go talk to Virgil
Virgil.
at the glowing sea.
Yeah. Bring your power suit.
Yeah.
Me and Aaron tend to play Fallout very similar, to where we just kind of roam
Yeah, I've
and
been
explore.
roaming the whole time. I have 5 power suits.
Roam if you
I have
want to.
2.
Roam around the world.
Oh yeah, that's
Question:
exactly what I do.
Yes.
How has roaming been working out for the 2 of you?
I have
you-
5 power suits.
you
I just
told
said that.
Yeah, but what did you run into? You went
Oh,
into
well,
a
no,
house
yeah,
full
I
of
ran-
Yahweh
yeah.
bears,
Yeah.
a behemoth. You ran into a
I
did
read,
they
level
kill
40.
I read a level 40, the putrid one. It was like in a swamp, and like it was surrounded by like 16 feral ghouls that chased me through a town.
I can take out feral ghouls pretty quickly
Yeah.
now, though.
I
Yeah,
use
they're not-
feral ghouls. I use melee weapons. They're not even worth ammo.
Do you have the hammer with the rocket on the back of it?
No.
Got that.
I have like Negan's baseball bat.
I've got the Assassin's Q stick.
Yeah, there's a cue stick.
Yeah.
I fought some super super mutant
Yeah.
named Hammer, and his hammer has a rocket on the back. So when you swing it, it like
What?
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I
Does
wa-
no damage for me because I don't have any
Melee
I don't have any melee stats.
I was watching my little brother play. He's at 30 already.
Wow.
Yeah.
Damn.
You know, 18 and no school, so
Oh well, then you got the time.
I got the
happens.
time.
You got the time.
But I watched him fight Swan, one of the legendary enemies
I've
or
seen
whatnot.
that one. I'm
I
pretty
got the
upset,
power
man. I'm
fist.
pretty upset at Bethesda.
With what?
Situation he's found
with my
himself in.
situation.
Oh, the
How the press version of the game expires and just goes away.
Man,
Did you lose your
gotta
save file
pass
too?
that.
I'm hoping I didn't lose my save file.
What are you playing it on right now then?
I'm not playing it.
Oh.
He's
No.
living life
I'm
through
living
us.
it through you guys right now.
Vicariously
Like,
through you.
in my head, I'm picturing everything you're saying,
See,
sharing
nobody,
in your successes.
Nobody told me about the legendaries
Uh-huh.
until I don't know. I was playing I guess 7 hours into the game,
Mm-hmm.
and then as soon as you guys told me legendaries existed, I do nothing but run into them everywhere now. But they don't give the greatest things.
The
No.
higher your difficulty, the better the drops.
Oh, okay. Because
I have been playing, however, Halo 5.
Oh yeah.
good for you.
So Fallout 4. No, actually, I wanted to read a quote. Actually, you know what? I had to restart my phone today, so I don't even know if
He's
I
lost
have it.
everything.
I did. I've lost everything. My phone is complete and utter garbage right now. It's a brick, and I lost what I wanted to read on the show. But it's from Jake, essentially, and he described it as putting on an old pair of shoes that have been updated.
So
That
new
you-
laces.
You
Old
put
shoes
new
with
laces and painted the side, put a little shoe glue to
Yeah.
keep you from talking.
I kind of agree with his sentiment. Like when I play Halo, I feel like I'm not playing that Halo 4 garbage that came out. That game was terrible.
Yeah.
Halo 4 wasn't the one with the.
It was the first one they added the robots, like the flying with all the laser beams and stuff like that from the robots.
Did
The
The
Prometheans.
Prometheans, yeah. Like the
You
best.
didn't like that one?
I liked the Prometheans. I did not like the game. It didn't feel like Halo.
It was 343's first.
I think that's probably why I liked it a little more.
It's because it was the first hurrah for 343.
Yeah, because I like the what was the 2-player one where you can do the quests.
Oh, you're talking about the Spartan Ops.
Spartan Ops, I liked that. And
That
I
was
liked
the
how they
best
kept
part about
bringing
4.
more. The weapons I didn't like Promethean weapons at all.
No, nobody does.
I like the light rifle.
I didn't like it.
They work well against the Prometheans.
Whoa.
Oh.
But
Well, the whole,
That's
all
a-
of 4 is playing against Prometheans.
I didn't
hard-
beat the story in that one either.
I didn't either. I got halfway.
The
First
hardest
time.
part in this game is it does feel so familiar, but when I play it and I'm as bad as I am currently, it hurts my feelings.
Wow.
It's like I don't know. I feel like I've betrayed myself because I was so good at Halo. I was on top of my game. I was up there, man.
Now, are you talking multiplayer though?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Online.
multiplayer, online.
Tournaments.
Of my group, of everybody I knew, I was the best Halo player. I'd get creamed by people in my clan. But other than that, I mean, I was the shit. And then I played a single player with Webb, and he beat me. And I
Now you're a
almost
piece of. Huh?
almost shot myself in the face.
That's terrible.
It is terrible. And it's troubling, but I love it so much. And I'm so happy that the game is so good. I'm going to keep playing until I get good again. I've made it up in my mind that I'm going to keep playing because
What
it's
happened to
worth
Street
it.
Fighter?
That's coming back too. But
As I say, is that tournament humbling? Is
but-
that what happened?
the tournament was definitely very humbling. If you hear my dogs in the background, it's because I didn't put them away before this show, and
They're going crazy.
someone's breaking into my house right now.
Yeah, so we're about to die.
You
Speak
two
for
are about
yourselves.
Yeah, you two are about to die.
Who's the first people that die in horror movies?
This isn't a horror movie.
Sure ain't.
This is real life.
Is logical,
This
real
is
life.
This is real life.
It's called table flip and out the window. That's
And
what
they
you
know
do.
who here has money.
Yeah. We don't live here.
They're sorely mistaken on that.
Back to your Halo, though.
Yeah.
The only thing that I would say is, do you feel that it at least progressed that boot? You know, even though it's just new shoestrings.
No,
Is
it feels like an updated version.
Is it the
feel-
14s? You know, instead of the J or the 13s, is it the
J's
14s?
on my feet. It feels like an improvement. No,
Okay.
it feels like they took the good things and added things like the sprint. I don't hate the climbing as much as I thought I would.
Yeah, the climbing's not bad.
Yeah.
It takes some getting used to it first, but once you get used to it, it's...
The movement, the lateral movement speed is a little slower. I wouldn't say slower; it's smoother.
Okay.
Like the
Like you're
big
gliding.
the big thing in Halo, in competitive Halo, was jukes. You meet someone face to face, and whoever can juke and jump and
While you're
still
battle
aim and hit the
rifling.
other person in the head 3 times or 4 times or whatever it was, you win. In this one, your movement speed just seems so slow, so it seems like it's so easy to peg those headshots.
Mm-hmm.
But they added this little boost button for B, and you can do like a little mini Titanfall-esque boost to the left
like
or
a
right,
thruster.
like a lateral boost. So
Or
it
I'll-
adds.
And you can do it in any direction, whatever direction you push it in.
Yeah.
Saved my life a couple of times.
Are the game modes still the same? Is there a horde mode?
I have not found a
No.
horde mode,
Nope.
but they have gone back to some of the more classics. Like I saw they ran team doubles for a weekend.
I like that actually.
I
For a
loved-
weekend though?
Yeah, they just kind of rotate game types in. There's Slayer stays around.
No, that's never going anywhere.
Yeah, of course.
Slayer.
Free for all is there.
Yeah.
The-
SWAT,
SWAT.
Yeah, that's
the,
a classic.
the new game type where you have one life.
elimination.
It's basically elimination.
One in the chamber.
No.
That's
no.
basically what it is. Come on, Call of Halo, one in the chamber.
Well, it's
No.
not one hit kills though.
Oh, it's not? Okay.
No, yeah, it's just one life, like kind of like original Gears.
Okay.
You get one life per round.
But, well, the thing I'm getting at, because a lot of games don't even give you the base of what made them great for their sequels now. They just
Mhm.
kind of be like, well, we're going to do what we
I
want to do.
feel like they delivered.
Okay.
I feel like they delivered. I feel like they gave you everything you come to expect from Halo. A very cinematic campaign that, you know, is just larger than life.
Did you already finish it?
I played only the last 2 levels.
Well, only last 2 levels.
You skipped all...
I skipped the whole thing.
You can skip all the way through?
Yeah, and now you can pick which order you do the campaign in.
That's so
No,
stupid.
no.
That was what, no, because there's games like that.
Yeah,
Yeah, no,
there's
no. I
Alone in the
joined
Dark.
some.
Alone in the Dark, yes.
Yes.
I joined
I
some
knew
friends.
exactly where your brain was going.
There was you remember After 5 and Shiz to You.
I do.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
been playing with these people for easily 10 years. I saw they were playing, so I joined them just randomly. I haven't talked to them in months. And we just ran through a couple missions. And I was like, oh, shit, how close were you guys to the end? Like, this was it. This was the...
This is the end.
Because I was like, this is really hard.
Epic ending, like Halo 1 epic ending? I'm talking about
Straight
Warthog
up.
driving.
No, not quite that epic.
Has
It-
anything even reached that?
I don't know. That was like a very good finale
Yeah.
to a video game.
I can't remember any
Well-
first-person shooter that ends on that big of a high note, in my opinion.
Mm-mm.
No, it ends with a pretty significant boss fight. It's, you know, depending on your difficulty level, I could see. We played it on like medium or hard. if it was on Legendary, there's no way we could have beat that with just the 3 of us.
I really like the ending for most Halos. So most Halos are really good with their ending. 1 had a great ending. 3 had a great ending. Reach. 3 was the one where we did the 4-player co-op. You remember that one, Cory?
Mm-hmm.
We did that. It was me, you, Gondo, and I can't remember who the 4th person was. But it's basically the same thing as Halo 1's ending, where you're
you're driving.
You're
and
driving, but the world is falling apart, like
Okay.
way more falling apart.
That's what I remember. I don't remember ones.
1 is it's like literally in the Warthog, and it's like a straight tunnel that you're going through and going through jumps and stuff. But then there's like it's in a hangar as well.
Yeah, that's right. Okay.
So and it's not falling apart, so to say, but you have to swerve in and out of things.
Yeah.
If you'd have watched my
The
stream,
new
you'd have seen
one
it.
ends straight up on a cliffhanger that kind of
I
didn't
predicted
like.
that.
Go by Halo.
Yeah, it's
6.
one of those type of
Yeah.
endings. But
I
it's
don't
the
like that.
journey, Aaron,
No,
not the destination.
not with video games. Not with video games. And I'm gonna bring that up during the panel on because they were talking about cinematic stuff. You know, one of the questions and the kind of the correlations and how movies have affected video games. To me, that's a negative part.
Yeah.
Well, Halo's always ended on a cliffhanger.
Not always.
I feel like
Number
well,
1 didn't.
We
2 did.
because Janice
Yeah.
Davis is such a professional. She gave us a couple of the questions that may come up ahead of time. So essentially, the way the panels work is it's usually Q&A type situation. But if no one contributes, you gotta have a contingency plan, right?
Yeah. Right.
So she has a lot of talking points and has specific questions for myself and Aaron. I think she lobbed you a softball, Aaron.
Softball.
I think she lobbed you a nice one that you could hit out of the park that was super easy. And then when you read, like, yours is like a sentence.
I think you're taking it on the amount of words in the actual question.
Mine had so many words, Aaron.
That's what it was.
I barely made it through that sentence.
That's why you're thinking. So when I was reading yours, I was
want-
just like,
I
it's
wanna
just
see these
examples.
questions.
They're just examples.
For Aaron, it's like, Aaron, what color is the sky?
No.
And, and he can answer that and, monologue on that, I'm sure, for hours.
Mine
was like,
no.
Cory, if you were to happen to walk outside on a Tuesday, Thursday, in
the
between
train was
6
leaving
and
it.
7,
He's-
And the train is
a train
leaving.
leaves Houston at 6 o'clock.
He's
What time will it
looking
hit
at the
you?
amount of words.
5.
Aaron, words are hard.
Yeah, they are.
Webb showed us that last week.
Yep.
But I think my question, my question is a little more.
You have a lot of.
You have to explain.
You're
a
open
lot.
to interpretation. I believe you have a more.
somewhat.
And if you guys want to know what we're talking about, if you guys are in the Northern California, Reno, Nevada area, and you want to have some fun, you're going to want to go to Wizard World this weekend because it is going to be off the chain. We're going to be there doing panels on Friday and then pretty much just hanging out the whole weekend. Aaron, why are you staying at the Vagabond?
Because I can't afford the pepper mill. Do you want to pay for my room? Is that what you're saying? Because I can still cancel it. I got up to 24 hours.
I think you can afford it.
No, I can't
You're
afford
splitting it with Steven, right?
it. Yeah, I know. And I can't afford it.
Times are tough. Cory.
Yeah.
Are times really that tough?
Yeah, times are extremely tough.
What were the rooms going for when you left?
Remember, he just bought Fallout.
What?
Whoa.
Yeah.
You're paying. That's way more than we paid.
Yeah.
Ours
So
was like
then-
$130 a night.
I think total was like $250.
Yeah, total
After
for the whole
taxes,
weekend.
Yeah.
whole weekend
$250.
wasn't for me. So
Oh, I know why.
it's probably too late. I know. When I looked it up, because I told Steven, I was like, 140, we would probably get away with that
Yeah.
for that same place. But no.
Where did you view it? How did you go to
Just-
peppermill.com?
Yeah. I just went
Oh,
there.
okay. How many times did you go on?
Not that many times. I know the whole delete
'Cause
the
it goes
cookie.
up,
Yeah.
yeah.
No. I can still, like I said, I can still try and look again. Delete my cookies. And,
Delete them
but
cookies,
I
man.
promise, no.
Delete the cookies. Also on the guest list, if we weren't enough for you, a little actor named Kevin Smith and Jason Mewes, a couple guys. Adam West is going to be there. Who else? Who are the big ones?
That's it. It's
Eric
Us and
Estrada.
them.
Eric Estrada is going to be there from Chips.
Punch.
Wow.
The voice of Goofy is going to be there. And then, of course, Janice Davis is going to be with us.
So, my roommates are big Disney fans. And I guess they just had a Mouse Con in Concord or whatnot. It was
That's
like a
horrible.
Disney. It's a Disney one. They said it was actually really cool. I saw a bunch of pictures from it. There's a lot of cosplayers that showed up, tons of Star Wars stuff, obviously. But they said it was packed. and so and like they weren't expecting it. Like it was way over capacity for it. So it means we could see So it means we could see a bigger venue for that. So it might be a future con we might see.
Going back to a little bit of the news. I really like what Red Bull is doing. They sponsor professional gamers on their path to greatness.
Okay.
And they sponsor, I think he's pretty much the #1 American Ultra Street Fighter 4 player. He goes by the gamer tag of Snake Eyes.
I watched the video for that.
Did
it was
you watch
really
it?
Good. I watched it. It was really good.
What did they do for him?
They gave him the treatment of like, I think it's going to be a 4 or 5 part mini series.
Good Lord.
Each episode's about 8 minutes, so it's not
Okay.
incredibly
Okay.
long. And just the cinematography of how it was shot. They
That's
show
good.
like where he grew up in Compton, and they go to like the arcade where he learned how to play
Was it a
Street
black guy?
Fighter 2.
Yeah. He was actually the Evo winner back in 2010.
And
His name
he's
sounds
the
familiar.
first
No
ever
lie.
to win Evo tournament with Zangief. He plays
Oh, I know exactly who that bastard is. I've seen because I was looking up.
that bastard.
Oh yeah, no, because I was telling Jerry that Zangief is OP, and he was like, no, he's not. And I looked up. I was like, who's the world's greatest Zangief player? And then I saw him, and he wrecks.
Yeah.
Oh, he's
he
good.
wrecks. He's awesome. The dude is awesome. But yeah, he proved my point thoroughly. Whenever I sent Jerry that video, I was like, check out this guy. And I'm like, everybody goes for projectile people, because it's easy to throw a Hadouken from across the screen.
Yep, and
But
chip some damage.
This dude just wrecks.
He just spins through
Yeah,
it.
he spins through and then
and
comes
kicks
and
ya.
wrecks face. Yeah.
Yeah, his name is Daryl Lewis, and they're following him on his path. Like, and I'm like on the edge of my seat watching this. Like the first one, was like how he came up and stuff. His background, his buddy and him started to play at the arcades all the damn time. And they were like, oh, let's go to a tournament. And he ends up winning like his first major tournament. And then the second one, they show his rival, this Japanese player who just wrecked him in the last tournament. And his mentor, there's like a pro gamer, I can't remember his name, but he like helped shape him to get better. And in the next episode, he's actually going to Japan to train for the big tournament.
Wow. I
'Cause-
mean, you got to go to go to the well.
You do.
You got to go to the well. Get the sauce right there.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting stuff.
So
like
he lived in Capcom for 4 months. Just slept there for some reason. Didn't even help his game. He just said, "I just need to be closer to the experience."
It's a lot of waxing.
Yeah, no, he's dope. If you haven't seen like a highlight reel of this guy, he's freaking.
He's really
legit.
good.
Yeah.
I watch a lot of the lead ups to the UFC events. Like they'll do this embedded series, and it feels that high production quality.
And I think that's what esports needs.
It
though.
needs
does.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I'm fully behind this dude now. When Evo comes up, like
Cory's afraid to play against him.
He was the other thing I saw him in a tournament versus the Northern California guys, and I was rooting for Northern California, we're Sacramento guys.
Yeah.
So and then he like wrecked face.
He just wiped the floor.
Yeah,
with
he
them.
wiped the floor with him, and I was like, I don't condone this, sir. I don't condone beating Northern California.
there's one guy who was at the tournament we were at who was ranked 33 at the SoCal regionals. So he's good. Like he's really good.
Yeah.
Man, why can't I remember his name? Man, I am terrible with names. If you haven't learned this by now, but I was talking to him about it. And he basically said Northern California players are just not that good. It's called getting bodied in the fight
Oh
community.
my gosh. It's called getting bodied in rap too. That means you killed somebody, and I don't think you want to go around slamming that stuff.
Well, in Street Fighter world, you get bodied.
Okay.
That's what happens.
Well, when the detectives come around, everybody,
You get a
might
teardrop
wanna-
for that too.
you might want to clean that up a little.
So he was saying that basically anybody in Northern California would go down to SoCal and just get bodied.
I can understand that.
That's where the talent is. That's where the low tier god hangs out.
Low tier god. That's so horrible.
Do you remember that guy?
It sounds.
That's that
familiar.
guy who was punking that nerdy white guy. In
Oh,
the
is that
video.
what it? Oh,
Yeah.
good lord.
I actually went and watched. They did this whole like challengers series. Like this was the idea I was thinking of doing for fighting games because tournaments are cool and all, but you gotta have like a champion. People love the idea of like a champion in
Dethroning.
boxing or wrestling where he doesn't have to do the tournament anymore. You have to win the tournament to fight this guy, and he gets paid just to show up. And they did something similar, but it was like rival series. So they would take like a loudmouth, the two biggest personalities, and make them fight a grudge match essentially. And like it was that Low Tier God and Viscount did it. And then they took Low Tier God and had him play against our friend. What's his name? Myers. Alex Myers. And Alex Myers kicked his ass. It was pretty awesome.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I still want to see like a full-blown like season of esports. And I know they say there's seasons, but it seems like all I see is just the tournament.
That's all. Well, that's what it is, because the season, I mean, sometimes there's they have like mini tournaments or whatnot. Like that's at least what League does. So
but like think about other sports, football, you got a certain amount of games.
Everything is televised.
Yeah, and then you got, you have the following for esports.
We've got
you have the venue of Twitch.
Yep.
Go for it. Go for a full season. Like, oh, well, this week's game is this person, and then at the end of the season, then you have your tournament, based on wins and losses, of course, just like every other damn sport. So why not go for that?
Next topic I have is an article I wrote, and I've basically single-handedly confirmed that EA's Madden Curse has now affected 100% of UFC athletes featured on the cover.
In all injury ways or loss ways? What are we talking?
It's been different for each case.
Okay.
But there's been 3 people featured on the cover. EA
so that's not even hard. Sheesh.
Well, they're batting a perfect 100.
Well, because if you think of like the Madden Curse, there's been a whole bunch of Maddens.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
That's a bigger percentage. Yeah. Then you're like, well, there's like 2 people.
Yeah. It was the first person.
Yeah.
So 100%.
Yeah, 100%.
Well,
but Madden is still like a 75%.
Oh, it's high.
It's really high.
I wouldn't want that cover at all.
Never.
No.
I'll take the pass.
I'll take it like my retirement year.
Yeah,
the year I'm retiring.
Aaron, okay.
What year
EA
after?
comes out and they're going to say, we're going to make EA Video Game Podcasters 2015.
Screw that. I lose my voice.
I want you on the cover.
You start sounding like me.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey guys, I got the cover of video podcasting.
What would you do in that video game?
I don't know.
If you're
You have to
anything like
choose
me, you don't do
choose the-
shit. And then 2 times a week, you do some shit.
It's probably going to be like a DDR type of thing where
Push the buttons.
stuff comes
with a microphone.
And if you don't say the right joke at the right time,
You
you get
pretend-
a boo or something like
you
that.
Someone says
interview-
rough.
It's like Heavy Rain.
You
You have
know,
to read the emotion. You have to read the emotion. Was that a
Yeah.
funny joke that he just told? Should I laugh?
Then you
Or
have
do
to
I scold them or make a comment?
deal with
It's real life.
trolls? Yeah, I don't know.
Interview long-winded
Right.
NPCs.
Try to stay awake is what you're doing.
So, starting with the first one, John Jones and Alexander Gustafsson were the cover athletes.
Okay.
Alexander Gustafsson was voted on by the people to be on the cover. It was lined up at that point for Gustafsson to get a rematch at John Jones because Gustafsson had gotten closer to beating this guy than anybody else has ever done before.
Okay.
Randomly, the UFC decides to take away that title shot and give it to another guy named Daniel Cormier. And since he's been on the cover, Alexander Gustafsson has lost every fight.
Terrible.
It's been 2 fights.
Oh my gosh.
but that's
Will you
a lo-
lead with that?
But that's a long
I
time.
swear.
These guys fight once or twice
A month.
a year.
Oh,
no,
is it a
no,
year?
no.
I don't watch
yeah.
Yeah, they die from
Yeah.
injuries.
No, yeah, they don't fight often. So he's lost every single fight since and had a title fight stripped away from him.
But how many years has that over? 'Cause
All
that was
these-
the very first one, right?
This is within the year that he was on the cover.
No,
He
no,
lost
I
two.
know,
So
but
how
when,
long has it
when,
been?
Yeah, when did that cover come out?
Was this UFC 3?
Please tell me.
No, this was the original EA's UFC.
Oh,
2013.
it's
Oh,
EA.
that's shitty.
EA, yeah, okay, never mind. I'm
Yeah.
thinking of
No, everything THQ.
UFC,
Yeah, that's what
No,
I'm
that,
thinking.
I'm not.
That's what I
okay.
was
No, I'm not counting
Yeah.
that stuff.
Okay.
So Gustafsson has not won a fight since he's been on the cover.
And what about the Martian Manhunter?
John Jones.
Yes.
John Jones got a positive test for cocaine
Well, that's just.
after defending his title against Daniel Cormier. But here's the thing, like, he would think he did that to himself, but it was an out of competition test where they weren't testing for cocaine, and nor did they have the right to broadcast that he'd failed for this drug. It's a private thing. they can talk to him about it and talk to the UFC, but they aired this out like dirty laundry completely.
Wow.
Like they were not supposed to do that. UFC suspended him. He then got in a hit and run accident with a pregnant lady where he fled the scene on foot, ran back to his car
As opposed to on bike.
to grab a suitcase full of money, and then ran away again.
Suitcase full of money.
And they stripped him of his title. He hasn't fought
So
actually since.
Is he Grand Theft Auto character?
Yeah.
The next one or
He is.
something?
And the whole
Jeez.
time he's sitting there going, "Damn you,
Yeah.
EA!"
And he was and still is what many consider to be the best fighter of all time. It's just a string of bad luck that all started
Wow.
from this drug test that was randomly done.
I don't know about. I mean, you hitting pregnant women and then fleeing the scene
No. He came back.
He came back
for the money.
to grab money and run away again. And then, of course, if you guys have been living under a rock, Ronda Rousey.
So there's only been 2 covers, correct?
The second one's not even out yet.
Yeah, but still, nonetheless, you know she's on there.
Yeah.
Or she might not, but she might be replaced by Holly Holmes or something like that.
They wouldn't do that to her.
I would.
They love Ronda.
If I
so
was
much.
EA, I'd be like, you lost.
They're
Really?
calling that
How
the
quick can you run?
Yeah. I'll just drop EA's MMA fighting game behind me every way, so she gets, I'm stuck because I can't tell if I'm on the cover or not. You're not.
They're
Holly
calling
Holmes
this the
is.
biggest upset of all time. Like,
Really though?
yeah.
A fighter had a strategy. She went in there. She executed brilliantly.
Mm-hmm.
I watched for free. And
The whole thing?
not the whole thing. No,
Okay.
just that final round.
Yeah. Okay.
That's all you need.
And yeah, that's all you needed. And she made Ronda look kind of. This to me, it doesn't take anything away from Ronda Rousey. She's still an incredible fighter. Like it makes no. It's just somebody came in with a strategy and you got your tail whipped. Like
And not, yeah, that's part of the. She didn't just lose.
she got bodied.
She got bodied.
Yeah.
And she has a movie she's supposed to be shooting, and she got her lip busted like in half, and like I think her jaw was broken.
And now she's gonna have to play a busted lip, jaw broken character in the movie. So there you
She's
go.
on PC now.
Yeah.
She's now an extra.
Why is that not everybody's strategy? Go in and kick them in the face. That would be my strategy every
Mike
fight.
Tyson
It was a-
said everybody has a strategy until you get punched in the face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I guess that's true.
I mean, hey,
I would love to see Webb try and punch Ronda Rousey in the face.
There's no way in hell am I going
do
to
you know how many people? No, before
I'm
everybody.
going to be on the other side of the level.
The thing is, what made Holly Holmes' strategy different and unique is that she has been a championship boxer for many, many years. She had over 40-something professional, mostly championship fights. So the pressure was nothing.
So she had no. No, I mean,
Ronda has only had 9 professional fights.
but Ronda has never
9 or
fought
10.
against any boxing style.
She's fought against boxing styles,
Not a master.
but not somebody of that caliber.
She is a master of distance and space. She
So I
does-
looked at her record. She's only lost twice.
Holly?
Holly,
Yeah.
yeah.
in boxing.
It said
No,
mixed
she's
martial
undefeated
art.
in MMA.
Oh, she's undefeated.
Undefeated,
So it was
yeah.
undefeated versus undefeated in
Yeah.
MMA.
Yeah,
Oh well, then Holly Holmes is the new Ronda Rousey.
she should be. The level of competition Holm has faced up until Rousey was nowhere near. Ronda fought the top girls and,
Oh, okay.
and bodied them. And then this girl has been beating up scrubs, comes up, and then makes Rousey look like a scrub.
Like really did.
Yeah.
Like I said,
Have
if
you
you
seen
didn't
those
have,
screenshots?
if you know, I've seen. Like I said, I watched it. If you haven't, if people were scared of Ronda Rousey before, like it's gone. Like it's not.
Oh, all the new
Yeah.
fighters are going to
The
come
blueprint
back.
has been made on how to beat Ronda now.
Yeah. So now she's got to come out. She's got to go back to the drawing board and come back with something, a little new, or I don't know.
Just gotta go fight kickboxers now.
I don't know. I saw a little 2-minute documentary where they showed her training and stuff like that. And Mike Tyson was watching her.
Oh,
You see
yeah,
that?
that was the
And-
embodied thing.
And he was all impressed and stuff like that.
I really think your jab is really strong.
Yeah, like he's. I'm gonna be inclined to kind of believe Tyson and his opinion on fighters, only because to me Mike Tyson looked at boxing like this was a battle. Like it wasn't a strategy. My strategy is I'm just gonna hit as hard as I can with all my power to kill you.
Yep, pretty much.
That's what it was.
Yeah,
If you're not
That's what it
dead,
was.
If you happen to be alive after my uppercut or whatever,
Here comes
Good
another.
for you.
Good for you.
Kudos.
Yeah.
Yes.
Kudos. You survived my death blow because that's what I was trying for.
You survived my combo.
And I remember he was like, if you know, he's the one that does the crazy interviews, of course, and he's always talking about, boxing is not a sport. You can't play boxing.
Yeah, no, I definitely
You're
agree with that
warriors.
mentality. Yeah.
So whenever
Rhonda
yeah.
has a very similar mentality.
So whenever you look at somebody looking at another fighter like that, and he's kind of impressed, and he's like, oh yeah, she's a real deal about this thing. You're like, okay, yeah, this is one warrior looking at another warrior. But then when she gets in the ring with somebody that's
So many
10th
people
level
counted
boxer.
out Holly Holm, including legendary boxing coach Freddie Roach.
I have no idea what
He's
that
got to
is.
be one of the most respected.
Legendary.
He could have said James Cricket, and I would have still thought
Him
that
too.
Was, thought
He
that
was-
was legendary boxing coach.
He was very impressed by Ronda Rousey, James Cricket.
Yep.
yeah,
Let's see.
Jiminy, thank you.
I want to say, Aaron, you did a article about Smitedown, your Smitedown segment, and you said
Yes.
we're getting some Japanese gods.
High Res teased saying, hey, in the next SPL, there's going to be a Japanese god. And now, if you played Smite, there's only Hindu, Roman, Greek, Chinese, and who am I forgetting?
Egyptian.
Egyptian. Thank you. And everybody I've seen on message boards like, when are we getting Japanese gods? That's just it. They're
Is there a
those
specific
pantheons.
Japanese god? that everyone wants?
Amaterasu. Everybody wants Amaterasu.
What's his?
The sun goddess? Like it's
Mhm.
and
It's
you
based
seen
off of- yeah.
Okami? Have
Yeah,
you seen the video game
exactly.
Okami?
Yeah.
I think that's what everybody wants. But if you look at the lore,
It's not.
They're not gonna get that.
Nothing.
they're not gonna get that at all. And then the game already has so many sun gods already. It's like, calm down, guys. This is just like, calm
Well,
down.
which ones you got? You got the bird.
You have Ra.
Yeah, Ra, and then
Uh,
you have the new one.
You have Kefri, the scarab beetle. He pushes the sun across, but whatever. He still does sun moves.
Yeah, yeah.
You have Soul, the chick.
The full bodied.
Yeah, full bodied.
She's
Yeah.
I'd like to bodied her.
Terrible.
Wow.
There's like 5. Another one, the archer. I can't remember his name right
Apollo.
now, but he shoots. Yeah, there's Apollo as well. He shoots the suns
I
from
thought
the
Apollo
sky.
was like a music god.
They have
He-
multiple ones.
Yeah, they have multiple
Messenger, sun, and music most likely if you research them all. But like, there's enough sun. We got enough sun.
So
We're good.
gonna get a Japanese sun god up in there, and then who else?
If we so here's the other thing, because they also, right after they said that we're gonna get a Japanese god, they introduced one of the sickest skins in Smite, which is Thor's skin. It's an anime skin where he's like an anime character, and it's just epic. Whenever he does his ult, mech suit forms around his body,
What?
and then he flies in the air and then drops down, and he stays in the mech suit until he dies.
Whoa.
That's pretty
And I was
badass.
like, if you got to see it. If you haven't seen it, go to YouTube and check it out. It's one of the sickest skins. I think it'll have people buying that skin, and you're not even a Thor like player. Like, I would buy that skin if I wasn't getting it for free. But it's
Oh, you're getting it for free?
I don't know.
Can you
I
share
might.
it?
I might.
You know I'm the Thor player in the group, right?
We'll see.
So that's the show. We are working on our Christmas show already. We have to get our list ready for the top 15 video games of 2015, and we want to hear your opinions. So if you give us on Twitter at Videogame Bang, let us know what your favorite game of the year was, and we will somehow tabulate that into our results. I'll give it to the numbers guy. And Aaron, do you have any quick off the dome contenders for your top spot
For number 1 in the game?
of 2015?
Let's see.
Just rattle off 2 or 3.
Tetris came out again with a new one. That's pretty
All
good.
right, Jada, the one who actually plays new games,
I'm sorry. These games, it's only Fallout.
Right now, for me, Witcher probably is
would
probably
be number 1.
Witcher would probably be number 1. And actually, Metal Gear. I haven't played Metal Gear, but I asked my little brother because he's played a lot of both Metal Gear and Fallout, and I was like, take away your fandom, which one's better? He said Metal Gear.
All right,
Interesting.
Webb.
I'm not at liberty to divulge that
Wow.
information yet.
All
Wow.
right. Well, just some other contenders I have up there that are creeping up my list. I actually have Fallout Shelter on my top list. In
Okay.
my top 10 somewhere. Heroes of the Storm actually launched this year, and I think that's
Yep, it's a full launch
that's
this year.
up towards the top. Of course, Batman was in there. Halo 5. Dying Light happened early on in the year. I liked Dying Light.
I enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it. I'm not saying this is top 5, but
It might be in the 15.
yeah.
Well, yeah, that's your list. Your list. Your list.
I'm really curious to see Aaron's list. I don't even know if you've played 10 games that came out in 2015.
Were there 10 games to play that were worth playing?
Yes.
Debatable. We'll talk about that
Exactly.
much more in the future. Like I said, this Wednesday, check us out in Reno, Wizard World, at the Sacramento Gamers Expo, December 13th, and we will be announcing our new sponsor next week on the podcast. Until then, don't be douches.
Yeah.